African martial arts, discovering the warrior within, technique of the week. This week I want to deal with the principle in the African martial arts, and indeed in all African life, called the wind has one name. And the wind has one name. What that means in the martial arts context is twofold. One, every block is a strike, every strike is a block. I discussed that in one of the previous videos when I talked about the vertical elbow and how it can be used to attack, it can also be used to defend. Now I want to deal with this video because there have been things said that the African martial arts until modern times had no use of the knife. Well, you can find pictures of the Dahomey Amazons who were from the 1800s, the 1700s, in the 1600s, using a knife. There's a Touareg knife from northern Africa. There's the 9-bladed throwing knife from Nigeria. So there have always been knives used. I want to make a point on it with the principle. In the wind has one name, every block is a strike, every strike is a block. That's one part. The other part is that we don't deal with an infinite number of attacks. We deal with a finite number of angles or directions of an attack. Now other arts use that as well. They have different angles. The Filipino arts, the Indonesian arts, because those arts come directly from the Moors contributing their martial arts knowledge to the Indonesian and the Philippine archipelago. All right? And that can be proven also. The Filipino arts are called Moro in honor of the Moorish tradition. If you check Dan Inosanto, some of his tapes, he mentions that on there. Dan Inosanto being one of the highest exponents in the Filipino arts in the United States. If Aku will come over, we deal with 15 angles. I won't show them all, but I want to show you with this weapon, which is a longer weapon. Angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the 5 angles. That's with this machete, right? Those same angles, do they change because now I have a short weapon in my hand? Angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do those angles change because this weapon is short? So the African didn't have sense to be able to go from a long weapon to a short weapon. We have that kind of sense that you can see that principle very quickly and easily. But you mean to tell me the wise Africans could not go from this to this? Well, on the battlefield you really didn't need this. You needed something a little longer. However, once you got in close, they had blades which are closer to this length. This could translate easily into this for the street now. This could translate also into a rolled up magazine. It could translate into your fist because an angle 8 is an angle 8 whether it's with this blade or whether it's with my punch. Alright? That's the concept of the wind has one name. So on that, in dealing with self-defense, because it's also been said, well, the Zulus don't have any empty-handed martial art technique. They just use the spear, the shield, the stick, they use a throwing club, things of that nature. If a Zulu was disarmed, then you're telling me he would just lie down and die? Absolutely not. So on the battlefield, he loses his spear. He loses his axe. The battle's going on. He's fighting someone equal skill. Now he loses his war club. What does he do? Throw his shield down and surrender? Or just use the shield? His hand goes behind his back? No. If he loses his weapon, his hands can become his weapons because an African understands, a traditional African martial artist, understands that it's the angles you're dealing with. This is why that kind of knowledge was given to other places. But we don't want to believe that the African could do this, could figure that out, right?